I've worked with hundreds of clients who are eating 1,200 calories per day, tracking everything, doing everything right, and still couldn't lose fat. But when they started eating more, the weight started to come off. Because it's not just about eating less, it's about eating smarter. When your metabolism slows and insulin is high, your body doesn't want to burn fat, no matter how hard you try. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can eat more food and actually lose fat by repairing your metabolism, lowering your insulin, and eating the right nutrients for your body's needs. I'm Kait, a nutritionist who helps people reverse insulin resistance, balance blood sugar, and lose weight naturally. If you've seen my videos, Why Calorie Counting Fails with Insulin Resistance, or How to Build a Low-Carb, High-Protein Plate, you already know that eating less isn't the answer. What really changes your metabolism and leads to lasting results is eating better. More protein, more metabolically active foods, and fewer foods that spike your insulin. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to fuel your body so you can eat more, boost metabolism, and burn fat consistently without restriction or rebound. Let's start with one of the biggest misconceptions in nutrition, that weight loss is all about eating less. If that worked long term, then we would see more dieters who are lean and full of energy. But we know that's not the case. I'm sure many of us have got caught in that cycle of dieting, counting calories, restricting. Maybe it works for a period of time, but it's not sustainable. This is because when you consistently eat too little for your needs, your body slows down your metabolism to conserve energy. It's a survival mechanism. Your body doesn't know that you're dieting, it just thinks that food is scarce. Your thyroid downshifts, your muscle maintenance slows, and your calorie burn drops. The result? You might lose a few pounds at first, but that's mainly going to be water and maybe even some muscle, not fat. Then a few weeks or months later, you plateau. You start feeling tired, hungry, and cold. Your hair might thin, your cravings spike, and fat loss stops completely. When that happens, your body isn't broken, your metabolism isn't broken. It's just protecting you. Now, the solution isn't to eat even less, even though that's the trap a lot of people fall into when they plateau. It's to eat better quality food that supports insulin sensitivity and muscle mass, which are the key drivers of metabolism. When your meals are built properly, high in protein, rich in healthy fats, and low in processed carbs, your body can burn fat even when you eat more calories. This is how you retrain your metabolism to work for you again. So let's talk about the single most important nutrient for repairing a slow metabolism, and that's protein. Protein is the foundation of fat loss and insulin sensitivity for three big reasons. Number one, it's the most satiating macronutrient. It keeps you full the longest. Number two, it stabilizes blood sugar and prevents insulin spikes. And number three, it supports muscle, which is your biggest glucose burning organ. Think of muscle as your metabolic engine. The more you have, the more calories you burn, even at rest. When you eat enough protein, your body has the raw materials it needs to maintain and build that muscle, which means you can eat more food without gaining fat. Now here's the key. Most people aren't eating enough protein. If your ideal body weight is 140 pounds, you should be aiming for 140 grams of protein every single day. That might sound like a lot, but when it's spread over 2 to 3 meals, it's totally doable. Aim for 30 to 50 grams of protein per meal. And animal protein is far superior for this goal. Animal proteins like beef, chicken, eggs, and fish contain all 9 essential amino acids in the right ratios, and they're far more bioavailable than plant sources. Plant proteins are often incomplete and poorly absorbed, and they usually come with more carbohydrates and anti-nutrients that can make digestion harder. If you're trying to lower insulin, this extra carb load is the opposite of what you want. Animal protein also contains key nutrients like heme iron, B12, creatine, and carnitine. All essential for healthy mitochondria, your body's energy factories. Mitochondria are what determine whether your body burns sugar or fat efficiently, so supporting them through proper nutrition makes a huge difference in insulin sensitivity. That's why when I have clients who were previously eating a low-calorie, mainly plant-based diet, and they switch over to eating a higher protein, mainly animal protein diet, they almost always start losing weight faster, even while eating more. Their metabolism reawakens. Now that we've covered protein, let's talk about other specific nutrients that can improve insulin sensitivity and boost your metabolism. Foods I call metabolically active. These foods don't just give your body calories. They send your body signals to burn them more efficiently. One great example of this is cacao butter, which is rich in stearic acid. Stearic acid has been shown to increase mitochondrial fusion, meaning your mitochondria become stronger, more efficient at burning fat, and less prone to inflammation. It's a type of saturated fat found in cacao butter, beef fat, and even some dairy. Unlike processed seed oils that can slow metabolism and raise inflammation, these natural saturated fats are stable, energy dense, and support hormonal health. Cacao butter, not to be confused with cocoa, these are different parts of the plant, can be bought in these little round discs. You can eat them on their own, or I like to blend them into my coffee. They're almost 100% fat and have basically no carbs or sugar. And like I said, the key component here is the stearic acid, which has been shown to increase fat oxidation and weight loss, even without a change in calories. Now, some examples of other metabolically active foods include egg yolks, which contain choline and other healthy fats that support liver function, grass-fed beef, which provides carnitine and CLA to enhance fat oxidation, wild-caught salmon, which is rich in omega-3s that reduce inflammation and improve insulin signaling, and ghee and tallow, which are heat-stable and nutrient-rich cooking fats that don't damage easily. When you include these foods regularly, your body starts operating in a higher metabolic gear, meaning your body can handle more foods without automatically storing them as fat. One of the biggest advantages of eating a high-protein diet is that you can eat more calories while keeping insulin low. When insulin is low, your body can easily switch between burning the food you eat and burning stored fat for energy. This is called metabolic flexibility. High-carb diets, especially ones based on refined carbs, keep insulin high all day long. That means your body never gets a chance to tap into stored fat. It gets stuck in storage mode. But when you're smart about your carbs, you don't need to cut them out completely. When you eat high protein and include lots of healthy fat, you're creating the exact opposite environment. One where your body becomes metabolically flexible and more insulin sensitive again. And that's why clients will tell me they're eating more food than ever and still losing fat without feeling miserable. It's not magic, it's their body working properly. Their hormones are balanced, their insulin is under control, and their metabolism has permission to work again. Now, if you want to make this easier to stick to, having high quality protein on hand is key. That's why I get all of my meat and seafood from ButcherCrowd. They're an Australian company that delivers grass-fed beef and lamb, pasture-raised chicken and pork, and wild-caught seafood right to your door. All of the beef, lamb, chicken, and pork, and most of the seafood is Australian. It's all sustainably sourced and tastes amazing. And right now you can get 15% off your first box delivered straight to your door, Australia-wide, when you use code HCK15 at checkout. I'll put the link to check them out in the description box down below. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see when people try to adopt this eating more calories approach is that they eat more of the wrong foods. If you increase food intake by eating more processed carbs, sugary snacks, or seed oils, you'll just raise insulin and make fat storage worse. But when you increase foods through protein and metabolically active fats, your insulin stays low, your muscle mass increases, and your body composition improves. So your goal shouldn't be to eat as little as possible, but it also shouldn't be to go crazy. If you're eating more of the right foods, you're gonna have less hunger, fewer cravings, your hormones are gonna be balanced. You're not gonna be feeling miserable, but you're still gonna be getting weight loss results. That's the sweet spot. Here's how to know if you're finally fueling your body properly. Watch out for these signs because they mean you're on the right track, even if the scale hasn't started to move yet. If your energy stays stable throughout the day, if you can go 4 to 5 hours between meals without crashing, your workouts feel stronger and not draining, you're sleeping better and waking up energized, and when you do start losing fat, it feels effortless, not forced. Now, if you feel like you're doing everything right, but you're still feeling tired, fatigued, anxious, that's a sign that you're still under eating for your needs. When you start eating enough, especially enough protein, your body starts to trust you again. It stops holding on to fat for survival. Remember, your metabolism isn't a calculator. It's a communication system. If you give it the right messages, it will respond quickly. So let's break down exactly how to do this day to day. And you can start this today. Start by increasing your protein gradually. Add about 10 to 15 grams per meal if you've been eating very low. That's a couple extra eggs, an ounce or two of meat, or half a scoop of protein powder. Next, swap out inflammatory fats for stable, natural ones. Think olive oil, avocado oil, ghee, tallow, grass-fed butter, or cacao butter. These fats keep you full, regulate hormones, and improve mitochondrial function. Now, I often get asked where to buy cacao butter. I personally buy it from my local health food store. They have it in the bulk food section. But you can buy it online from places like iHerb, so I will put some links in the description box down below. Then you want to keep your carbs intentional. Choose whole food carbs like root vegetables or berries, and time them around workouts or later in the day when your insulin sensitivity is better. And most importantly, stop snacking constantly. Every time you snack, you bump insulin up again, which slows fat burning. Focus on 2 or 3 solid, satisfying meals with enough protein instead of grazing all day. This gives your body time between meals to stay in a fat-burning state. When you nourish your body properly, with enough protein, enough fat, and enough micronutrients, everything works better. Your thyroid function improves, your hormones rebalance, your muscle mass increases, and this is what sustainable fat loss actually looks like. Not deprivation, but restoration. You're teaching your metabolism to become more resilient. And when your metabolism is strong, you can enjoy more food, more flexibility, and more confidence, without the guilt or constant hunger that comes with dieting. You don't have to starve to lose fat. You can enjoy the process. Now, if you did enjoy this video, you might want to check out my next one. Why calorie counting fails if you have insulin resistance. And that will help you to understand exactly why this approach works long term.